What up, what up, what up, good people? It's your boy BTG, aka Bust Them Guns. Back at you with another one. So we did get the crew out today. Random bad boys. Let's go ahead and get the housekeeping out of the way. This video is for educational purposes only. We are in a safe and controlled environment. We're not selling any firearms, nor are we selling any accessories. We're not promoting the sale of any firearms, nor are we promoting the sale of any accessories. This is simply a product review of my own personal equipment. All right, so if you're new to the channel, welcome. Appreciate you stopping by. If you enjoy the content, hopefully you hit that subscribe button and come back and see us. If you're a returning viewer, you know I appreciate the support. Appreciate you being along for the ride, and we're going to keep this journey going. So, all right, we got some business at hand. If you saw the short I put up, you know I got the Romulus back. That bad boy went out to get porting. We did some V10 porting to that bad boy. Let me go ahead and pop it up. So this here is the start of the show for today. Let's go ahead and clear it. Magazine is empty. Weapon is empty. Safe direction. That mag back in for statics. All right. So this is what we're working with. This here is our Alpha Fox Romulus. This here is the polished DLC version. And this bad boy comes, if you're not familiar with it, it comes with the comp on here, the integrated comp, integral comp. And it has smaller holes. Matter of fact, let me just show you. Because I've got my brother-in-law's here. So let me go ahead and clear that. Mag is empty. Weapon is empty. Safe direction. Bam. So that's how the ports come on that bad boy. You got the small ones on the slant. You got a bigger one on top. And that's what you're working with on that comp. And what we did here, I sent this out to my main man Trent, TDS Gunworks out in Wyoming, and he did his thing to it. So he opened that comp up just a little, not too much. Opened the middle one up as well as the slants, and then he put that V10 porting on this bad boy, which is the main ingredients. So this already was a rock solid shooter. All the other firearms that I've upgraded, the Match X, the Mac 9, the Synergy, this with no upgrades was still running with it, running side by side, neck and neck, holding its own. So, but it was about time to go ahead and put some work in on it because the other ones were starting to kind of step away from it. So we went ahead and worked this bad boy over. Bottom end, put the Icarus grip on here, Icarus Precision. This is their grip module. This is the red dirt F5 trigger, so that's the long trigger. We put a mag release. Now this mag release, this is actually from Fusion Firearms. It's not smooth. It's a little sticky, you know, so it seems to be a little temperamental. So if you know of a better one that works for it, definitely hit me up. I've got a different one that I ordered from, I think it was from Ben Stoger, supposed to be for the STIs, Gen 1, which I think is what this grip emulates. But it's not exactly a smooth function one either. So kind of been going back and forth on that. But that's what we're working with. Internals, I've got the EGW kit for this bad boy, but once again, I couldn't get the pin off of the hammer strut. That shit, I don't know what they put it in there with, JB Well or whatever, but I couldn't get it out. So what I did, I just ordered some pins. So I ordered my own pins. I ordered 4 or 5 struts, so I won't run into that problem again. Because the EGW kit, they don't come with pins or struts. So I think Atlas, they put the pins and the struts in theirs, but EGW does not. So I've got that, so I won't have that problem going forward. So I'll be able to leave this intact. Not like I have a choice. I'll be able to leave this intact with the hammer and strut in there, so that won't be an issue. And if I need to use it going down the line, I'll be able to. But for the meantime, I just went ahead and put a little polish job on the side of it just to kind of match the other accents here. Didn't go too hard on this, just some subtle accents. Put the grip screws on there, the stainless. This is actually the factory mag well. I was going to take it down all the way to stainless, but as I got to taking it down, it started displaying the true lines on there as I was taking it down. So I kind of like that look. So I decided to leave that. So that bad boy, it's unique. It's a one-off. The factory mag well is aluminum on these, so they're nice. So didn't really have a need to change it. So this just kind of gave it a little flair. So that's what we're working with. So took everything out to the range. The main thing was to run this here and see how it compares. I didn't think that it was going to be running with the Amigos, the Synergy, the Mac 9, the Match X, I thought it would step right up and run side by side with the Vulcan and the Watchtower. Because both of those are V10 ported, but neither one had the comp. So I figured that gave it an advantage. So it's going to either outrun them or it's going to run right there neck and neck with them. So that was my thoughts on it going in. So right out the gate, decided to run this bad boy and put it side by side with the Watchtower and with the Vulcan. So Watchtower, Demolitia, looking is clear, safe direction. So that's what we ran it with there, and the Vulcan. And this bad boy here is rock solid, Custom Works Vulcan. Scott Kenny doing his thing. He hooked that bad boy up. So that was our direct comparison from my standpoint. So we had some trigger freeze on this bad boy. So let's go ahead and address that before you see it on the tape. It was sticking on the reset. So it was firing fine, but sticking on the reset. I thought I adjusted it out before I went out, but it came back out there. But it was really just an adjustment. So this bad boy, what it was doing, it just wasn't resetting. Like its resets there, fine. If I would hold it and shoot off the wall, it would just stick. It wouldn't come back on the reset. But it was just the adjustment. So what I did out there, because I didn't do any adjusting on it, I was just resetting it. Because if it would stick, I would just flick it out and it would release. And sometimes it just ran, so you'll see. But it still gave you a chance to see how the firearm ran, the flatness. This bad boy is flat. I was impressed, really impressed. So let's not hold you in house. Let's jump out to the range and see some rounds coming. The flames are nice coming up out of this bad boy, the twin flames. So I'm loving that. And secondly, this is Fiocchi that we're running, 124 grain. So this is the first time running this ammo. I've been running the Blazer 124. Want to switch over to something different. So we're trying this Fiocchi. And so let's go from there. Let's jump out to the range. So this should be live. Just make sure we are running. All right. So we got this Romulus out here. Fresh back. I'm getting those V10 ports. So we're going to run this bad boy, see where it falls in the lineup with the new enhancements. As I said, on the tabletop in-house, we're going to run slow and steady. And then we'll go from there, see what we do next. But got a little trigger freeze issue on this. So we'll work through that. That's something that I thought I'd fix, but we're going to make it work. Now we're going to go left target, and we will go right down the middle. Yeah, should be in target there. There we go. See there? I'm moving a little bit, but we're good with that. Nice and sticky. Okay, so nice and flat, but we had a trigger issue. Go back, yeah, stuck right there. Kicks. So I think that's something with the. I don't know if it's coming back too far, but I'll break it down and check that. So we'll figure that out. But we see that. We're gonna go right to this Watchtower and run this bad boy. We're still on the same target. We'll just go upper left. Uh, I can tell you right off the bat that the Romulus is shooting softer than that. So we're gonna jump right over here to this Vulcan, and we're still on that little target, but we'll just go to the smaller one on the right. Now, that feels very similar. So let's go back to the Romulus before we switch to anything else and get another feel for that. All right. So right out the gate, I was a little surprised. I was expecting big things. I was expecting good things, but it kind of overachieved. So I just had to take a minute there and run it back because what I was feeling was that it had jumped right over the watchtower, and it was right there with the Vulcan going for the top spot. So I regrouped, and before I switched to the other ones, ran that bad boy right back on that. So let's jump back on that and take a look at that bad boy, and then we'll move forward. So we'll work through the trigger issue. Let's go bottom left on the small target. Okay, that's off. Yeah, this bad boy's running. This bad boy's running. Let's switch right over to that watchtower again. Switch to that small target. Right. Close. I think the Romulus let's finish off this Vulcan mag. That boy might be sitting on top of the throne there. We're gonna do another round, but the feel of that, it's not obviously it's not gonna be a massive difference, but the Romulus feels softer. So let's switch to the synergy. All right. So yeah, the Romulus is the truth. I thought that from day one. I've always felt that it was a rock star. It's been a rock star for me. Nothing no different here. Nothing no different here. So we ran that bad boy. Well, we went to switch to the Amigos, and the synergy is giving me stovepipe. So the synergy is first time out since I changed this optic. Well, weapon is clear. Safe direction. The optic that I had on here was not giving me enough elevation to zero it. So I didn't have another plate. So for the meantime, I put this on here. This is the EPS carry full size, but this is a very low deck. So we got two things that's possibly going on. I looked at the ammo to see if it's a different in the casing. The Fiachi, it's a little bit thinner. It's a little bit thinner. I dropped that down in there. It's a little bit thinner of a head on there, but it shouldn't be enough to matter. So I'm thinking that the extractor, the screw might be on the extractor. That was always a possibility on these here. I know my man Ghost out there, who first saw the gold one, he had that issue. The screw on the right side was touching the extractor and causing an issue. So that could be the problem here, because this is the first time I've had the EPS on here, and I left the same screws on there that I had, I had them on the Romulus, so it should have been fine. But I'll check it. I'll pop it off. Might need to adjust that extractor. If the screw is fine, then I'll just fine tune that extractor and put a little bit more of an angle on there so that it can grab that casing. Because the casing is a little bit thinner than the Blazer, but it ran in everything else. So, but we'll see. If I need to adjust it, I will. But that's no big deal. It was catching it most of the time, but a couple of them it was missing it. So let's jump back out there, finish running, and we'll run the Amigos, and then we'll come back and talk about it. This is the first time running the Synergy with this Fiocchi ammo. So 124 Fiocchi is supposed to kick off a massive fireball. So we're going to find out. We're going to switch to that right target, and we'll go dead center. I didn't put my thumb ledge on this one. We got failure to eject. Didn't come all the way out. Looks like the extractor missed that bit before. I knew it's hitting hard as hell. Pop that mag, let's lock it back. Tried to catch that other round, but the other one wasn't out. There we go. Right back at it. Finish this mag. Same thing. Same thing. It's like the extractor is not holding that bad boy. I don't know if the lips on these are different. Sock it back. Pop that mag out. It's firing that round, but it's not holding it to pull it out. First time running this Fiocchi. It's a hard hitting 124 grain. That Blazer didn't hit like that. A double tap. Same thing. Okay. It's not good. Bring some of that Blazer. I don't think I did. Extractors. This case is different. Perhaps it can. It's not much of a lip on here. I'd have to see how it compares to that Blazer. Maybe it's not enough of a lip for that extractor to get it good every time. I'll have to see how they compare. And we'll see how it runs in the other one. We're going to shoot the other Amigos. Let's finish this mag. Alright, so let's see how it runs in the other ones. Everything is loaded up with the Fiocchi, so let's see if the Match X likes it. Still on that right target still. We just go to the top right. Match X likes it. That's nice and soft. Yeah. So we're gonna rotate on over to this Mac 9 and see if it likes that Fiocchi. I think it'll probably run it no problem. It's not really finicky on ammo. Let's go to that bottom right small target on the right hand side. It likes it. Okay. So, last but not least, we're gonna see if that XP Pro likes it. All right. So, it's quite a dilemma. I didn't do any slow motion in this video because I'm gonna save that because I'm actually gonna run the Romulus head to head, both of them. This is my brother-in-law's with no modifications other than just lightening the trigger up. And then this is my adjusted one. So I'm gonna run these bad boys head to head and I'll do the slow-mo on that to show the difference in the recoil. So I didn't get into it on these here. I just wanted to get the rounds through this bad boy and then kind of get the video up. But everything is running. And what I felt when I was shooting is that the Match X actually likes that Fiocchi a little better. Because this bad boy, the Fiocchi seems to hit a little harder than the Blazer, which I don't mind that. I like that. But the Match X seemed to like it a little better. And it seemed like it shot a little softer. So this thing is holding its own, still rock solid. I got a twist coming on this. This bad boy is going to get yet another upgrade. We're going to flip this bad boy to a steel frame. It won't be visible to the naked eye, maybe a little if you if you pay close attention, but because I'm going to polish it up just like this here. But it's going to be a steel frame. We're going to take this aluminum frame off. So that additional weight is really going to put this bad boy in the sweet spot. So it's not done yet. But another thing we were having was on our XP Pro. You can see that bad boy still easing in the battery. It's empty. Safe direction. It was still easing in the battery and just having to nudge it in. I think it's empty target. Well, there are a couple small ones that's empty on there.
Yeah, I do.
Wow. I've got to change that spring. It's going around it now. Said it's not going all the way back in. Didn't do that before. So yeah, we're gonna have to drop the factory spring back in there. It's bouncing freely. Yeah, it needs that heavier spring. Slide's bouncing too free. That spring is too soft for it. It's running, it's getting back in the battery, but that spring is obviously too soft. So I never changed back to the factory spring and I didn't have it with me. So I should have put that in there before going back out because I knew the other spring wasn't strong enough. So I got the factory spring in there now. So this bad boy will be straight going forward. So that was completely on me. It needs that extra tension to run. So that'll be in there going forward. So this bad boy here will be straight. So it needs a little tension to cycle that bad boy and get it back in the battery. And the factory spring is not unbearable as far as racking it. That's not bad. It's actually where it needs to be. So it is sprung appropriately, and that spring will run with either the ported barrel or with this non-ported barrel. So this is how it's going to be. So next time out, this bad boy will be silky smooth. Other than that, the trigger feels good on here. No issues with that. The reset is fine. So we're in business on this here now. It's just a matter of getting the round count up and eventually getting that the ported barrel for that. But everything else is running good. The Mac 9 with these ports kind of horizontal. This bad boy kicks mad flames up out of there. It's I like it. My brother-in-law shot it. He was like, nah, that's not my cup of tea. But I like that bad boy when they throw them flames out the side like that. It's like a fire-breathing dragon. So, but everything is looking good. Everything is running good. It was good to get everything out. I wanted to get this video out. The Romulus, once again, has exceeded expectations. This bad boy is running. It is a rock star among the group here, and it is right there at the top. This and the Vulcan, I think, are running side by side. I think they're running very parallel. I think it's kind of preference. The Vulcan is a little bit smoother because that Vulcan is just nice. It is just nice. But this is right there. And a lot of the subscribers were saying that, the ones that have the Romulus this field. I know Major Havoc was like, the Romulus is going to outrun all of them. That was his prediction right off the bat. Because he's got his Romulus and he's done that bad boy up, so he knows. And it did not disappoint. It did not disappoint. This thing here is the true. I am going to eventually add the 3.5 with the integrated comp because I like that model. But I'm going to get it in the same DLC finish because I like that flare. And to have another one of these bad boys. But this is some kind of sweet here. The grip really goes nice on this. The Icarus grip, I think it's nice on the Romulus. I thought about it for the Match X, but I don't think it'll give the same appeal on the Match X. So I'm going to go with something different on the Match X. But for the Romulus, I think this is perfect. I think that is super nice. So this bad boy is just like that. I know you noticed the... most of you noticed probably the space in here. This was just an issue with the mainspring or the grip. I'm not sure which one, but I got a replacement coming, so I'm going to be flipping this out. I was wondering if that was part of my problem on there, but I think my problem is just the adjustment. So this is going to be flipped out, but those guys are real cool over there. So looking to get some more Icarus products in here. I'm a big fan of it. You see my 365s. I love that fire bronze. It's a shame they're discontinuing that color. That was my color. But it is what it is. I'm sure they've got some nice, greater things on the horizon. So stay tuned on that end. But I'm not going to hold you. We've been long enough. Hit me up in the comments. Let me know what you think. Like I said, I didn't do any slow-mo on this. But the footage is enough. I didn't want to drag it out. Not a whole lot of range time, but just enough for you to see what's running and how it's running. So let me know what you think. Let me know who you think the top dog is. And we'll chop it up in the comments. So it's your boy BTG, aka Bust Them Guns. Check me out on other platforms at Bust Them Guns, Instagram, Facebook, as well as Rumble. Until next time, holla.